We will continue with the exercises for chapter 7. Already we cover problem number 1. So the next step is to cover problem number 2. So for this problem, you look for the probability, the speed to be between 58 and 68 miles per hour. So we have to calculate two z-scores. The first z-score, I'm going to write the formula one more time. X minus mu over sigma. X is 58 minus the mean, which is 65, over the standard deviation, which is 5. This is negative 1.4. And for the second z-score between 65 and 68, (68) minus 65 divided by 5, which is going to be positive 0.6. The next step is to check these two z-scores into the probability chart. For negative 1.4, the probability is 0.4192, 0.4192. And for 0.6, it will be 0.2257. The mean is inside the area, so we have to add the two probabilities. So probability X to be between 58 and 68 will be 0.4192 plus 0.2257. This is 0.6449. And this is the solution for problem number 2. For problem number 3, already we calculate the z-score. We know the mean. The mean is 2. The standard deviation is 0.02. What is the probability to be less than 1.965? So already we calculate the z-score. It is negative 1.75. Again, we have to check the z-table for 1.75, 1.7, and 5 units. So it will be 0.4599. And because you look for a tail, you have to subtract the probability from 0.5. So probability X to be less than 1.965 will be 0.5 minus 0.4599, which is 0.0401. Let's move on with the next problem, problem number 4. For this problem also, we already calculate the z-score. What is the x? X to be greater than 60. The mean is 75. And then the standard deviation is 6. So the z-score is negative 2.5. And if we go back to the chart, for 2.5, it doesn't matter if it's negative or positive. It is the same probability, 0.4938. So in this case, the probability between 60 and 75 is 0.4938. And then you have to add 0.5. So we have to add 0.5 to the probability. So probability X to be greater than 60, it will be 0.4938 plus 0.5, which is 0.9938. Let's go to move on with problem number 5 that has different parts. So let's go to start with the first part. What is the probability a player to weigh more than 241.25 pounds? Again, this is the mean, 200. This is the standard deviation. We calculate the z-score. The z-score is 1.65. Again, we check the table for 1.65, which is 0.4505. So this probability will be 0.4505, but we have a tail, so we have to subtract the probability from 0.5. So probability x to be greater than 241.25, it will be 0.5 minus 0.4505, which is 0.0495. For the next question, we look for the probability that the player is going to weigh between 180 and 220 pounds. So we have to calculate two z-scores between 180 and 200, and then between 200 and 220. The first z-score is negative 0.8, and the second z-score is positive 0.8. But again, the probability will be the same. The probability, if you go to the chart, it will be 0.2881. Again, the mean is inside the area, so in this case you have to add the two probabilities. So between 180 and 220, you have to add 0.2881 plus 0.2881, which is 0.5762. Now, for the last part of chapter 5, of problem 5, what is the probability a player to weigh less than 190 pounds? The z-score is 190 minus 200 over 25, which is negative 0.4. Again, we have to use the z-chart for 0.4, 1.554. Again, we have a tail. So this is the probability between 190 and 200. So for the tail, it is a left tail, so we have to subtract the probability from 0.5. So 0.5 minus 0.1554, which is 0.3446, 0.3446. So this is the solution for problem number 5. Let's go to see now problem number 6. Problem number 6, we have two parts. First of all, we know the mean, it is 40,000, and the standard deviation is 5,000. What is the probability the life to be at least 30,000? One more time, at least means greater or equal to. So we calculate the z-score, which is negative 2, 30,000 minus 40,000 over 5,000, which is negative 2, and the probability for negative 2 will be 0.4772, 2.0, 0.4772. Again, you look for 30,000 or more. This is what at least means. So probability x to be greater or equal than 30,000 will be 0.4772 plus 0.5, which is equal to 0.9772. 0.9772. For the last part, you look for the probability to be between 34,000 and 46,000, between 34,000 and 46,000. So we have to calculate two z-scores. Between 34 and 40,000, the z-score is negative 1.2. Between 46 and 40 and 46 is 1.2. So the probability for 1.2 will be 0.3849. 0.3849. So again, the mean is inside the area. So for this problem, we also have to add the two probabilities. So we have to add 0.3849 plus 0.3849, which is 0.7698. And these are the solutions for the exercise for chapter 7.